From the screens to the booth, I'ma have y'all hoes sick of me. I make this shit too easy. Ferrari
I mix nation for real.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, thank you so much for stopping by. But if you're not new, you already know what to do. Oh wow, that rhymed. Yeah, as you guys can see from the title, this is a young and reckless unpopular opinions video. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I don't really think my unpopular opinions for Young and Reckless is tea for real, but I do have some opinions. So some of them are going to be unpopular, some of them are going to be popular, but we are just going to discuss this season of Young and Reckless, especially considering the fact that the reunion is coming up in a couple of days. If you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Check out the rest of the content, and if you like what you see, subscribe. This video is basically just about me reviewing the whole Young and Reckless season. And if you are just a baddies girl, if you are a baddies, pose for me. If you're just a baddies girl, if you're just a Zeus girl, I'm telling you right now, if you love baddies, you are going to love Young and Reckless. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I think Young and Reckless is a tad bit better than baddies. I just think that they need to step their production up. They need to step their filming, their equipment up. They need to give us a longer, longer episodes. They need to pay the girls more. I feel like if not Young and Reckless, I feel like if Now That's TV get all that under control, because it's not just Young and Reckless. The other shows, their quality be poor. Sometimes you can't hear what they're saying. Lighting be a little off. If they get all that under control, they will blow Zeus through the water. Because the reason why everybody watches baddies, the reason why everybody is watching baddies more than Young and Reckless and shows like Girls Trips and Central and all that stuff is because baddies do very good with who they bring to the show. Baddies do very good with the quality of the show. Baddies do very good with the production, the everything. Like everything is very like edited, very classy. Like if you guys are watching Young and Reckless, I'm pretty sure y'all have some unpopular opinions like I do. Whatever I leave out, y'all type it down below. My very first unpopular opinion, and I'm pretty sure this is not an unpopular opinion because I've been seeing everybody talk about it, is that Ferrari does not deserve to be a host. But that wasn't even gonna be my unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion is that Ferrari has white privilege, and let me tell you guys why. First of all, if you guys watch season 1 of Young and Reckless, Ferrari was a terrible host even in season 1. She don't know how to get her girls under control. She shows favoritism to bitches that she think might beat her ass, i.e. Ivory and other girls. She pick and chooses. She set rules of what to do and what not to do, and then she literally just lets them run wild. You guys look at season 1 of Young and Reckless. It was supposed to be either Ferrari or Naj that was supposed to be the host for season 2, and they chose Ferrari to be the host for season 1. They told her that that was not a permanent spot, that she had to work her way up to be a host again for season 2. Literally everybody said that they did not want Ferrari as a host for season 2. Everybody advocated to get Ferrari outside of the host standing. She literally was able to come back to season 2 and be a host again after everyone said they didn't want her to be a host. You guys look at the beginning of the season of Young and Reckless 2, literally said in her confessionals, I know y'all didn't want me, but I'm back. So my question is, how come everyone said that they didn't want Ferrari and Ferrari is still the host? Like, I'm mad confused. As much as we dislike Natalie, as much as we can't stand Natalie, I have never heard anybody coming for Natalie's host role. I've never heard anyone saying they don't want Natalie to be the host of baddies. I've never heard anyone say that Natalie is not a good host, not a good CEO of baddies. I've never heard anyone say that. But literally every season, everybody is saying that they don't want Ferrari as a host. And time again, Ferrari comes back and she's not a good host. I don't care what anybody says about Natalie. We can say whatever we want to say about Natalie. Okay. Natalie is a good host for baddies. Natalie stirs the pot, opens doors for for stuff to be talked about. Natalie throws fire in her hands and then steps back. Natalie knows who to bring to the show. Look at the situation with her and Biggie right now, and look how Biggie pissed her off. She went ahead and she brought Stunner. Like, Natalie is a good host. Natalie is good for TV. It's a reason why throughout the season of filming, we still hear little bits and pieces of what's going on in Baddies before we get to see it on the show. Because Natalie always makes it a point to keep us engaged. It's crazy because, like I said before, Young and Reckless, in my honest opinion, is a tad bit better than Baddies. But Natalie and them still get most of the ratings. You know why? Because Natalie knows how to keep the viewers engaged even when we are not watching the season, even when the season is over and they're just filming. Ferrari don't know how to keep the the viewers engaged. Ferrari doesn't have a good social media presence. She doesn't have a good shock factor presence. If you hear Natalie, she always says, I'm a clout chaser, I'm a clout chaser. You know I'm a clout chaser. She is a clout chaser and she's a good clout chaser. And I feel like in order to be a host of them type, sorry y'all, it was noise. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I feel like in order to be a host of them type of shows, you got to have a little bit of shock factor. You got to have a little bit of clout type of chasing factor, and Ferrari don't have none of that. Don't have none of that. She has a very like favoritism, complaining type of factor, and that's why I said Ferrari has white girl privilege. Because how did we say that we didn't want Ferrari to be the host of last season? How did they tell Ferrari that if she wasn't a good host she wouldn't come back? And why are we still seeing Ferrari? The only good thing that I can say about Ferrari being a host is that the theme song is catchy. I like the theme song. Rich house shit, lanes not allowed. You might need a light bitch, fuck around and drive. Hey, put that pussy down, put that pussy down. The only thing that I can say that I like about Ferrari, and I like when she be like, Rari ho, like I love that. But other than that, Ferrari is not giving host. I'm not saying I wanted Naj to be a host, because Naj gets on my nerves. I used to like Naj at first, but Naj gets on my everlasting nerves. Like she actually irritates me or whatnot. I'm not saying that I would have wanted Naj to be the host instead, but Ferrari definitely does not deserve to be the host. And that's why I said Ferrari got white girl privilege, because why is Ferrari still the host? And if Ferrari's the host next season, I'm not watching it, because I don't have time to be seeing her showing favoritism and getting beat up at the end of the season. It literally happens like clockwork every time. Second unpopular opinion that some of y'all might be a little, you know, weirded out by is that I am glad that Ivory hit the hell out of Sav. I don't care what anybody say, Sav needed to get knocked upside that head. Because when Ivory hit Sav, Ivory knocked some sense into that damn head of hers. I don't care what anyone says. I did not like Sav season 1. I did not like Sav. Sav was exactly what people said. Sav was a confessional gangster season 1. Sav was a lapdog for people like Ivory and Ferrari and them. Like Sav was literally a confessional gangster and she was a lapdog. Sav would say certain things, and then when she would get in front of those girls' faces, she won't say anything. And it was just weird. And that's the reason why Cuzzo, even though Cuzzo's a colorist, because I heard that Cuzzo from last season was talking mess about her being dark skinned or something like that. That's mad colorist. But that's why Cuzzo beat the hell out of her, because I understand what Sav was talking about when she said that she was just talking about Cuzzo's outfit or whatnot. But my thing is, Sav says a lot in the confessionals and don't say enough in person. Then on top of that, always trying to break up fights and stuff like that. Like, stop always trying to be in the mix of things, but you're not really in the mix of it. Like, it's just giving mad weird. And I'm honestly happy that Ivory hit Sav. And let me tell y'all why. When Ivory hit Sav, it knocked sense into Sav, and it gave Sav the type of opportunity to actually be herself. When Ivory knocked sense into Sav's head, we got to see who Sav was for real. Got to see who Sav actually was, because she no longer was running behind Ivory to prove that she was a good friend to Ivory. She said that her and Ivory hung out outside of the show. Her loyalty was always going to have to be towards Ivory, and we got to see Sav's true, authentic being. Like, got to see how she felt about things and stuff like that. My only thing is, Sav should have hit Ivory the hell back. She should have never let Ivory get away with that. She should have hit her back, win, lose, or draw. Legacy be getting that ass whooped by Ivory every other episode, and Legacy still be there acting the fool. So why can't Sav get beat up too? Like, Sav definitely should have got out there with Ivory. My next unpopular opinion is that I know y'all love Renee, but Renee is too materialistic. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Renee, okay? I love Renee. I love when she said clock that T. I love when she be like sucking mama titties. Like, I love all that. But we're not gonna sit up here and act like Renee did not start majority of the mess that happened to her throughout the rest of the season. I know we don't like people like the twins and stuff like that, but Renee started it from the beginning when she made comments talking about put the raggedy bums in one room and put the pretty girls in the other room. Like, it's so disrespectful, especially considering the fact that I love me some Renee, but Renee like definitely gives botch from head to toe, you know what I mean? Renee's aesthetic and her beauty is not natural. Had her lips done, it looks like she's had chin filler. It looks like she's raised her cheeks up. She's had a BBL. It looks like she's had her titties done. And there are some rumors of people saying that she looks like a transsexual. I'm not really going to entertain those type of rumors because, babe, it's some trans that look better than regular girls, okay? So I'm not even gonna entertain that conversation because I have been accused of looking like a transsexual like many times. Like, it's been guys that have told me I look like a man. I don't take no offense to that because them trannies be looking better than some girls. I don't take offense to that, so I'm not even gonna touch on the transsexual topic. But just the fact that everybody has that to say about her, and then she turns around and she says, oh yeah, put the raggedy girls in one room and put the cute bitches in the other room. You can't say, in my honest opinion, you cannot make comments like that when you touch your face. Like, I remember there was this one girl that me and her got into it, and one of her friends was like, oh, you're just jealous of her. Mind y'all, I went to college with this girl. This girl had small lips. This girl had like a big fat nose. Ain't nothing wrong with a fat nose. And she had big cheeks. Literally, as soon as we got out of college, she went and sucked the fat out of her cheeks. She went and got her nose really, really tiny and button like mine. And she went and got her lips just as big as mine. And so when her friend commented saying I was jealous of her, I was like, I know you can't sit here and say that I'm jealous. Mind you, she didn't even say I'm jealous of her. Like, she basically said I was jealous of her appearance. And I'm looking like, no, baby. Oh, 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 no, baby. How can I be jealous of a bitch that tried to emulate my features? She tried to get her nose small and pointy like mine. She tried to get her lips big like mine. She sucked out fat out of her jaw. Not like mine. Y'all know. My jaw is pretty fat. But like, yeah, like, how can I be jealous of a bitch that tried to emulate the features that I already naturally have? So that's how I kind of felt with Renee. Like I said, I love Renee, and I know we all love Renee because of her reads and stuff like that, and also because of the fact that she was not scared to stand up to Ivory. But we gonna call, two things could be true at once. Renee definitely was in the wrong this season. My next unpopular opinion is that Nug is not a lapdog. I don't think Nug was a lapdog for Ivory. I just think Nug has a very nasty ass personality, and let me tell y'all why. Reason why I don't think that Nug was a lapdog for Ivory is because Nug never really was egging Ivory on when she was fighting different people. Nug was just sitting back watching and just doing her own thing. I just feel like Nug is the type of person that when there is chaos, she likes to add fuel to the fire. So if everyone is chilling and everyone is doing their own thing, then she just sits in the background and she chills and she does her own thing. But as soon as one person fight, Nug feel like she gotta fight. Nug feel like she got something to prove. She feel like she gotta go head to head and prove something. I don't think that Nug is a follower of Ivory. Do I think that Nug is trying to impress Ivory? Definitely. But do I think that Nug is a follower to Ivory? I don't think so. At first I thought so, but when I really used to look at Nug when Ivory would be fighting people like Mel and Legacy, she would literally just be sitting in the background looking like she'll be looking irritated. Like, Nug has a bad attitude. Nug has had a bad attitude from the beginning. And another reason why I do not think that Nug is a follower to Ivory is because in the beginning, before, y'all remember, Ivory did not come in the house in the very beginning. Nug had an attitude from the very beginning. She had an attitude with Sav. She had an attitude with Canadian Barbie. She wanted to fight. She ended up fighting Canadian Barbie, I think. She always had an attitude from the beginning, even before Ivory came through the door. I just feel like for Nug, she knows that Ivory is the big dog. She knows that everybody like talks about Ivory. So I feel like she wanted to prove a point to Ivory. Like, yeah, like I be getting out there too. Then on top of that, if you guys watch Girls Trip, y'all would know that Girls Trip was filmed before Young and Reckless, the season of Young and Reckless. And if you guys are watching Girls Trip now, y'all know how that big girl I don't know if her name is Scarlett or Starlet. I don't know what her name is. But y'all know that big girl on Girls Trip was yanking Nug around like a rag doll and beating the living daylights out of Nug. And I feel like Nug is trying to make up for that on Young and Reckless, because she herself knows that she was getting that ass handed to her on Girls Trip, and it's very obvious that she knows she was getting that ass handed to her on Girls Trip, because she kept wanting to fight that girl over and over and over again. So I feel like she came to Young and Reckless with an attitude and on some like she got a point to prove, not only to Ivory but to everyone that she can fight. So I don't think Nug is a follower. I just think that Nug is trying to prove a point, and I feel like she's also trying to impress Ivory. My next unpopular opinion is that Mel should have fought the twins, because I'm not trying to be mean, but Ivory is as dumb as a bag of rocks. The only time that Ivory gets intelligent is when it comes to maneuvering on how to sneak attack people after she done fought them. That's the only time that I see Ivory be intelligent. Ivory is dumb as hell. When I first found out that Ivory went and poured pee on Mel's head, I was thinking to myself, who the hell gave her that idea? Because like I said before, Ivory is as dumb as a bag of rocks. I'm not trying to be funny. But then when I turn around and find out that the twins is who told her that she should go throw pee on Mel, in my honest opinion, I knew Mel was angry because Ivory is the one who did the act. But the twins would have had to catch them hands right then and there and not on the reunion. Because I was looking at the clips and it doesn't even look like anybody caught fades with the twins. And if I'm tripping, y'all correct me. What I think it is I feel like people find it hard to come towards the twins because of the simple fact that the twins they come as a pack. Like if you fight one, you fight the other. But I honestly felt like Mel should have told Legacy get left and get right. Them bitches should have got. And even the fact that they from Alabama makes sense, because which bitch would think, oh, pour pee on somebody's head while they sleeping? And my next question is, Mel, did you take NyQuil? Did you smoke a fat blunt? Did you take melatonin? Because how the hell did somebody pour pee on top of that head of yours and you didn't smell it, feel it? You didn't feel a climate change. You didn't feel shit. No way. Like, I could sniff in my sleep. Bitch, I could smell something stinky in my sleep. Like, if my dad is cooking downstairs and I'm sleeping, I can smell it while I'm sleeping. So, I can't believe that Mel slept through that thing the whole entire night and did not peep that somebody had poured pee on her. I would have been peeped that, and I would have been peeped like something just not right. It's because I know that pee turned cold. And I would have been like, why am I cold? Why do I feel wet? And I would have woke up. And Mel should have got it out there with the twins. Right after she fought Ivory, she should have got out there with the twins. Then on top of that, Rari was trying to send home Ivory for what she did. Rari should have sent the twins home. The twins want to sit up there and get in the room and start crying and shit, talking about, people don't know us. We from the hood. People don't know us. We come from nothing. We come from nothing. They want to give this speech after doing that bullshit, after egging Ivory on to do that. Not only egging Ivory on, but filming it. Then when they got confronted by it, they couldn't even be woman about their word and be like, yeah, we're the one who recorded it and we're the one who told her to do it. Even be woman enough. They want to add Nug in it and Ivory and all this shit. I'm looking at them like, y'all did it, and if y'all did it, just say y'all did it. But why are y'all adding other people in it? Just admit to the fact that y'all did what y'all did and keep it pushing. They should have got sent home. And that's the reason why I said Ferrari should not be a host, because Ferrari should have told them straight up, I don't care about your little cry. I don't care about you sobbing about the fact that you came from Section 8 and about the fact that your mama had to feed y'all with food stamps and all this bullshit. And I don't care about the fact that you came from Alabama. Bitch, pack your bags and go back home to Alabama. Like, I would have made them go home. I understand that production filmed early or whatnot, but I would have made them go home. I would have still said, just like how they told Ivory she gotta go home, y'all gotta go home too for giving that dumb bitch the leeway to do what she did. Next unpopular opinion is that if I was Sav, bitch, I would have called the police too. 911, what's your emergency? Ring, ring, ring. Bitches is trying me. Bitch, I would have called the police too. And I'm not even talking, and I remember people were like, Sav out of line, she didn't need to call the police. She the reason why the show stopped filming. Okay, and? Bitch, I'm the type, if I don't get my way, everybody going down, not just me. The way that they did Sav, no. No, we're calling that police, okay? I'm not calling the police because I'm scared. I'm not calling the police because I'm in fear for my life. Bitch, I'm calling the police because, bitch, like I said before, if I don't get my way, we all going away. We all going home. Show over. Game over. So when I found out that Sav called the police, I said, bitch, I don't blame her. Like, I really don't blame her. Next unpopular opinion is that I don't care what anybody says. Like, when I say I don't care what anyone says, I don't care what anybody says. Ferrari and Ivory had a drunk night and did stuff with each other. I don't care. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. I'm not hearing what anyone is saying. They definitely have done stuff with each other in the past. I'm not saying they went all the way with each other. I'm not saying they went full on girl with each other. They have definitely done something in the past, whether it was some type of finger action, whether it was some type of horse playing, some type of touching, some type of kisses, some type of humping. They've done stuff with each other in the past, and that is the reason why Ferrari be letting Ivory beat that ass like a beanbag. That is the reason why, because their whole dynamic gives very DV. Like, it doesn't even give friends that fought with each other. Like, when Ivory hit Sav, it gave two friends that fell out with each other. When Ivory hit Ferrari, it gave my girlfriend just beat me up. Like, that's what it gave. Like, it gave my girlfriend just beat me up. And for Ferrari to sit in the bus after getting beaten up by Ivory with a big ass black eye talking about, we're toxic! We're toxic! I'm looking at Ferrari like, y'all toxic? Like, bitch, if I get into a fight with my friend, God forbid, I don't touch my friends. But like, I'm not even talking about in the form of hitting. If me and let's say me and one of my friends argue a lot, like we argue 24/7, and somebody be like, okay, then why can't y'all leave each other alone? I'm not about to scream out, we're toxic. We're toxic. We can't leave each other alone. We're toxic. That is something that you say for a guy that you're dating. Like, if I'm dating a guy and me and him get into it 24/7 and we can't leave each other alone, and somebody asks why we can't leave each other alone, that's when I'm going to say we're toxic. I'm not going to say we're toxic for me and a friend. Especially a friend that just knocked me up aside my head and actually made me have a black eye. And then another thing is, the reason why I feel like they're in a relationship or they have done something with each other is because Ferrari knows that Ivory puts hands on anybody. Why would, Ivory be counting down and Ferrari's just sitting there looking at her, like waiting to get beat by her? It's like Ferrari doesn't care about the simple fact that Ivory puts her hands on her. This girl is literally telling you, please move from my sight or I'm gonna hit you. That's another reason why I feel like they be dating. Because when have you guys ever seen Ivory count down before hitting somebody? When have you guys ever seen Ivory do that? Ever. The fact that Ivory was counting down is because Ivory was giving Ferrari a chance to move out her way, because Ivory didn't really want to do it to her for real. Because they be fucking. They be doing things together. Now, I know some people have said that they don't think that they be sleeping with each other because they said that Ferrari has some form of, if you know, I'm not going to talk about it. Ferrari has some type of, and they said that Ivory don't want to, touch her because of it. But my thing is this, that type of thing that Ferrari has is not really, how can I say it? You can't really get it just from touching her, like just off rip. Like that type of, I'm gonna just say that type of S. That type of S, I'm sorry y'all, because YouTube be demonetizing me for anything now. So I be having to stay on my P's and Q's. Yeah, I'm on my Q's and P's. Bitch, I'm gonna have to stay on my P's and Q's. But that type of S that Ferrari has is like one of them tricky type of S's, because you can't, not everybody that touches the person that has that S can get that thing, right? So I know for a given fact that Ferrari is not giving it to everyone that she comes in contact with. So I don't care about, oh, Ivory doesn't want to do it with her. Ivory looks like a gutter ball. Like, Ivory doesn't give me vibes that she would care. I'm sorry. Like, Ivory gives me vibes that if her and Ferrari was to get drunk one night, they would just give it up. And Ivory will forget that Ferrari has that S or whatnot. So that's what I said. They definitely have done stuff together in the past. Like I said, even if it's just small they'd have. And Ferrari has definitely caught feelings. And Ivory did not catch feelings. Ivory gives me vibes that she be cool on a hoe. Like, Ivory give me vibes that she can sleep with you one night and dab you up the next morning. Give me them type of vibes. So I know for a given fact that Ferrari definitely likes Ivory, and Ivory don't like her the way that she like her. And my very last unpopular opinion is that Heifer just wanted an issue with Renee because Renee had an issue with Nug when she took that girl's Arizona. Let me tell you guys why. When Renee took Nug's Arizona and they started arguing about it, and Ivory got in the middle of it and was like, be quiet and don't say nothing to her and be quiet. Ivory wasn't even defending Nug. She just wanted to be in the middle of somebody's drama. She wasn't even defending Nug for real. She could care less about that Arizona tea. She kept saying all season she was tired of that season was boring, so she just wanted to shake some shit up or whatnot. And then Renee threw the drink and tried to aim it at, I think, either Nug or Ivory after her and Ivory fought, and it hit Heifer, and Heifer, I think, threw the drink back at her, and they started arguing about it, and then they even had to sit down and to talk about the situation. And you can still see that Heifer was still trying to low-key have an issue with Renee about the fact that the drink that Renee threw hit Heifer. When Renee told her so many times, babe, if I'm not arguing with you and me and you did not get into it, then you should have known that drink was not for you. Yes, my bad that it hit you, but that drink wasn't for you. Heifer kept trying to argue with the fact that Renee threw the drink at her. There was a point in time where Renee had called her out and was like, babe, like, do you want to fight? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to fight about it? Because it's like, you keep complaining about it. Like, do you want to fight? And Heifer did not get out there with her, but then kept talking about it and kept getting mad at it. Then the very last episode decided to get out there with her and fight her along with Nug and Sav or whatnot. And then that was the last episode that we seen, right? I personally feel like Heifer just wanted an issue with Renee because Nug had an issue with the fact that Renee touched her drink. In my honest opinion, I feel like Nug had every reason to be upset at the fact that Renee touched her drink. Considering the fact that y'all are on the boat, that is my chaser, and you're drinking it, and Nug said that she said several times, hey, that's my drink, and Renee kept drinking that drink. The fact that Renee came inside the house and was saying, put the pretty bitches on one side, put the ugly ones on the other side. Renee just gives off a type of vibe that she just does what she wants. Like, Renee gives off that type of Houston bitch vibe. I think Renee is from Houston. Renee's from Houston, I think. Y'all, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. But I do think Renee's from Houston, and I know a Houston girl when I see one. And most Houston girls act like Renee. You know what I mean? Like, most Houston girls are very, like, mean girl like. They're very like, I do what I want and I'm that bitch. Like, they're very like that, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Renee heard Nug when Nug told her that was her drink, but she just continued to still pour it. And then even the fact that Renee got in a confessional and was saying, bitch, you crying about an Arizona. It's not about an Arizona, it's about the principle of the thing. She even came and said, I can buy you one since you crying. That's not the point. They're on the bus and she's using, I mean, not the bus, the boat, and she's using that Arizona to chase. So whether you could buy her one or not, it's not going to matter no more, because by the time you buy her another Arizona drink, they're no longer going to be on that boat for her to chase the liquor with. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be use. It wouldn't be of use at that point. So Renee was wrong for doing that. But like I said before, the situation didn't really need to escalate the way it did. And on top of that, Heifer should have known from the beginning that that drink was not for her. Heifer was nowhere in the argument. Heifer didn't say anything in the argument. Heifer didn't say anything during or after the fight. So when she seen that the drink came towards her, I'm not saying that Heifer shouldn't have felt a type of way that the drink touched her. But I feel like once Renee explained to her, babe, that drink wasn't for you. That's happened to me before. I've never flipped out like you. Like, that drink was not for you. Heifer should have left the situation alone. But the reason why Heifer did not leave the situation alone is because her allegiance and her alliance was for Nug. And so because Nug had an issue with Renee, she now had an issue with Renee. And honestly speaking, I don't blame Heifer, because Heifer and Nug knew each other from Girls Trip. So I feel like at that point they were kind of clicked up and they were kind of with each other off rip, you know what I mean? So I feel like in my honest opinion, they just kind of felt like we were cool with each other on the other show, we're gonna be cool with each other now. But I feel like Heifer should have just let Nug have that beef, especially considering the fact that Ivory took the beef. For real, like Ivory was the one who took the beef and ran with it for real when it came down to it. It wasn't even really Nug and Renee's beef anymore. I know Nug and Renee ended up getting it on the last episode, but up until the last episode, once Ivory took the beef, it was really Ivory versus Renee at that point. So I feel like Heifer should have left the situation alone. She didn't want to leave the situation alone. And that's why I don't like Heifer. Like, I don't want to see Heifer next season. I don't even know why she's there. She adds nothing to the show. I don't want to see Baby Tyson. Baby Tyson was low-key annoying me. The fact that she wore that girl's wig the whole, like, damn near the whole season was, I don't know, that was kind of cringy to me. Like, I don't know. I don't think she should have wore that girl's wig. Like, even though that girl was weird, what's her name, Milan, even though Milan was a little off, she should never wear that girl's wig. Then on top of that, I just feel like Baby Tyson just wanted to fight just to fight. Like, I feel like Baby Tyson just wanted to fight somebody just to fight somebody. She didn't need to fight Milan. I got what Milan was saying. Yes, I know, what's this girl name? Yes, I know, what's this girl name? Yes, I know Renee from the streets. Is Renee from Miami or Houston? Y'all let me know. Yes, I know Renee from the streets, but that's not my friend. You know what I mean? So, you know, if she get a jump, she get a jump. I'm going to break it up, but I'm not going to fight for her. And it's that simple. You know, like, that's not her friend. So the reason why they even got on Milan was stupid to begin with. Baby Tyson just fought Milan for no reason. Nothing was wrong with Canadian Barbie being on the show. I just feel like Canadian Barbie should have never been on Young and Reckless. I feel like she should have been on the show like Baddies. So people were making comments like she's too old. Half of the Baddies cast is the same age as Canadian Barbie. I feel like she should have been on the show like Baddies, or like a show like I'm not gonna say Real Housewives, because she doesn't give me Real Housewives vibes, but she should have been on some type of show like that where they don't really require that much fighting. They require like complaining and stuff and not that much throwing hands, because she was just too much for me. Like, she complained a lot. I have a love-hate relationship with Ivory. I don't like the twins. I love me Mel and Legacy. Mel and Legacy are my two most favorite characters on the show. I love the scene where they were on the beach with each other and running inside the ocean. I love when they got on top of the guy's car and the guy was yelling and then they ran off laughing. I love when they went and got a coconut from the tree and bust that hoe open and started drinking it. Like, it was just so nostalgic. It gave off Bad Girls Club vibes when they used to go to the beach with each other and have fun with each other before they fought. That's the vibes it gave off, and I want to see more of that next season. Like, I want to see the girls having fun. I want to see the girls going out with each other, going out to eat. Y'all remember on Bad Girls Club, like, they used to actually go out to eat and actually eat. I want to see that. And not even just on Now That's TV shows, on Zeus shows too. Like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Natalie take these bitches to a private restaurant and I don't see no food. Like, I want to see them eat. Like, I want it to be more authentic, and I feel like Young and Reckless gives like very authentic vibes. But like I said at the beginning of this video, if they tweak just these little tiny things, I do think that Young and Reckless can definitely be the #1 show or whatnot. And they need to pay the girls more. Like, they need to pay the girls more, because I heard stuff like Renee didn't even come to the reunion because what they were offering her wasn't even enough to fight. It's a reason why Mariah Lynn be getting that eye busted wide open every season and she be coming back saying, "I'm back." It's a reason. Zeus is paying them girls. It's a reason why all them girls on Now That's TV be running over to the Zeus network. It's a reason. Now That's TV is not paying those girls what they need to pay those girls. And in my honest opinion, I feel like Now That's TV have the money. Like, I feel like they have the money, they just don't want to pay them. I feel like they're just running the big money through the top executives over there and just giving the rest of the girls the chum change or whatnot. Because it's no way in hell that they get the views that they get, because Now That's TV get just as many views as Zeus do. I'm pretty sure Zeus gets probably a tad bit more, but like, Now That's TV has a lot of different shows on the network that people watch, and y'all are literally paying the girls chump change. These girls are not, a lot of these girls are not about to be coming on this show just to get their ass whooped. It's the reason why a lot of these girls, and I'm not even just talking about shows like Young and Reckless, it's the reason why these girls be getting into 2 fights, and then next thing you see them in the confessional saying, I'm going home, I'm too grown for this. No, bitch, they not too grown for this, they too broke for this. Them bitches get hit one time upside their head, and they start really thinking to themselves, I'm really getting my head knocked upside for this amount of money? And that's why they go home. It's a reason why we see the same amount of girls on baddies from the beginning to the end. It's a reason why whenever the replacements get sent home, they be saying, I'm not leaving without a fight. Because they know that that check about to get cut short. It's a reason why. So they need to pay the girls money. If they want to see the girls in action, and if they want to get the full authentic, whatchamacallit, like the full vibe and aesthetic of the show, they need to pay those girls what it's worth. You know what I mean? So those are really just my unpopular opinions. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I left some out. That's just what I have to say so far. The reunion is in a couple of days. If you guys want me to do a video on the reunion, y'all let me know down below. Also, if you guys want me to do a baddies reunion, y'all let me know down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys like videos like this because I like making them for y'all. And yeah, if you guys are watching the video and y'all don't even know who, what, when, where, how, y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but y'all still looking like, shit, I'm gonna watch the video because I like it, then I fuck with y'all. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.